Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of food preservation, a subject near and dear to my heart. You see, preserving food is like capturing time in a jar, bottle, or really any sealed container. It's about outsmarting those pesky microorganisms that want to turn our delicious food into a science experiment. From ancient techniques like salting and drying, passed down through generations, to modern methods like vacuum sealing and freezing, we'll explore the 11 most common ways to keep your food fresh, safe, and bursting with flavor long after it's picked from the garden, or let's be honest, purchased at the supermarket. So buckle up, get your cutting boards ready, because we're about to embark on a culinary adventure that will empower you to become a master food preserver. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you later. All right, let's start with a classic canning. Now, picture this. You've got a mountain of ripe, juicy peaches just begging to be preserved. Canning is your ticket to enjoying that summer sweetness in the dead of winter. Imagine a warm peach cobbler on a snowy day. The process is simple, but don't mistake simple for easy. We're talking about creating a hermetic seal, an impenetrable barrier against the outside world. It all starts with sterilizing jars and lids to eliminate any microbial squatters. We're talking about temperatures high enough to make even the toughest bacteria say uncle. Next, pack those jars with your prepped goodies, leaving just a whisper of space at the top. This headspace is crucial, allowing your food to expand during the heating process without blowing their tops, literally. Now it's time for the magic to happen. We're going to submerge those jars in a swirling cauldron of boiling water, a process we call processing. This is where things get serious, folks. We need to ensure that the internal temperature of the food reaches a level that would make even the most heat-resistant bacteria tremble in their boots. Once processed, we carefully remove the jars and let them cool. If you hear that satisfying pop as the lids concave, you've done it. You've created a miniature time capsule of flavor. Remember, canning isn't just about preserving food. It's about preserving memories. But a word of caution, my friends. Canning is a science. Follow those recipes to the letter, pay attention to processing times and pressures, and you'll be rewarded with culinary gold. Next up, we're talking about freezing, the ultimate pause button for your food. Now, I know what you're thinking. Freezing, that's easy, and you're right, it is relatively simple, but like any good kitchen technique, there's a right way and a not so right way to do it. First things first, not all foods are created equal when it comes to freezing. Some, like delicate herbs, tend to turn into a mushy mess when thawed. The key is to choose your freezing candidates wisely. Root vegetables, berries, and even cooked meals are all great candidates for the deep freeze. Before you go tossing everything into the frozen abyss, proper packaging is key. We want to avoid freezer burn, that icy scourge that can sap the flavor and texture from your food. Think airtight containers, freezer-safe bags with all the air squeezed out, or even a good old-fashioned wrap in heavy-duty aluminum foil. Now, here's a little trick for ya. Lay those freezer bags flat when freezing. This not only saves space, but also creates thin, easily thawed packages. It's all about working smarter, not harder in the kitchen. And remember, thawing is just as important as freezing. Slow and steady wins the race. Thaw your food in the refrigerator overnight, or use the defrost setting on your microwave. Avoid thawing at room temperature, where bacteria can throw a party on your food. So embrace the power of the freeze, my friends. It's a convenient and effective way to extend the life of your food and ensure that you've always got a delicious meal just a thaw away. Let's journey back in time to one of humanity's oldest forms of food preservation, drying. For centuries, our ancestors have harnessed the power of the sun and wind to remove moisture from food, concentrating flavors and extending its lifespan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Drying sounds kind of primitive, but hold on. Drying isn't just about hanging strips of meat in the sun or scattering herbs on a dusty windowsill. While those methods still work, we've got some modern tools at our disposal that make drying more accessible and, dare I say, even more fun. Enter the food dehydrator, a culinary contraption that takes all the guesswork out of drying. With adjustable temperature settings and even airflow, these machines can transform everything from fruits and vegetables to herbs and even meat into shelf-stable snacks and ingredients. But even without a fancy dehydrator, you can still achieve drying greatness. A low oven setting, a well-ventilated area, or even just a sunny windowsill can do the trick. The key is to create an environment where moisture can evaporate slowly and steadily, leaving behind concentrated flavors and textures. Think about it. Sun-dried tomatoes bursting with intense sweetness, herbs that retain their fragrance long after their fresh counterparts have wilted, or even fruit leathers, those chewy, naturally sweet treats that are perfect for snacking. Drying is all about embracing patience, allowing nature to work its magic and unlocking a world of flavor possibilities. So, channel your inner artisan and give drying a try. Now let's talk about pickling, a process that not only preserves food but also injects it with a delightful tang that can wake up your taste buds. Pickling is like giving your food a spa day in a briny bath, transforming it into something truly special. At its heart, pickling is about submerging food in an acidic liquid, typically vinegar or a salt brine, which creates an inhospitable environment for those pesky microorganisms that want to spoil our fun. But here's the beauty of pickling. It's not just about preservation, it's about flavor. The type of vinegar you use, the spices you add, and even the duration of the pickling process all contribute to the final flavor profile. Want a classic dill pickle? Easy peasy, just combine cucumbers, vinegar, dill, and maybe a few garlic cloves and peppercorns for a bit of a kick. Feeling adventurous? Try pickling onions, carrots, or even watermelon rinds. That's right, watermelon rinds. Pickling is a great way to use up those often discarded parts of fruits and vegetables. And the best part? Pickles are incredibly versatile. Add them to sandwiches, burgers, salads, or even enjoy them straight from the jar. I won't judge. So, grab your jars, fire up your creativity, and let's get pickling. Your taste buds will thank you for the tangy adventure. Get ready to delve into the fascinating world of fermentation, where we harness the power of microscopic helpers to transform our food in truly remarkable ways. Now, I know the word fermentation might conjure up images of bubbling concoctions and strange smells, but trust me, it's a culinary process worth understanding and embracing. At its core, fermentation is about encouraging the growth of beneficial bacteria and yeasts, those tiny workhorses that break down sugars and starches into acids, gases, and other flavorful compounds. Think of it like a controlled decomposition process that unlocks a world of unique flavors and textures. Take sauerkraut, for example. This tangy, crunchy condiment is made by simply shredding cabbage, adding salt, and letting it ferment for a few weeks. The salt draws out moisture from the cabbage, creating an environment where lactic acid bacteria can thrive. These friendly bacteria convert the cabbage's natural sugars into lactic acid, which acts as a natural preservative and gives sauerkraut its signature tang. But fermentation isn't limited to cabbage. Yogurt, kimchi, sourdough bread, kombucha, even beer and wine all rely on the magic of fermentation. Each fermented food has its own unique community of microbial helpers contributing to its distinct flavor and texture. So embrace the power of fermentation, my friends. It's a testament to the incredible things that happen when we work in harmony with the natural world. Plus, it's a delicious way to add complex flavors and probiotics to your diet. Let's journey back to the basics with salt, humanity's original food preserver. Long before refrigeration and fancy gadgets, salt was the go-to method for keeping food safe and edible for extended periods. It's a testament to the power of simplicity and a reminder that sometimes the oldest techniques are still the best. Now, salt's ability to preserve food stems from its remarkable ability to draw out moisture. You see, those pesky microorganisms that cause spoilage thrive in moist environments. By removing water from the equation, salt creates a hostile environment for those unwanted guests, effectively hitting the brakes on spoilage. Think about it. Salted cod, cured meats like prosciutto and salami, even preserved lemons all rely on the power of salt to extend their shelf life and develop complex flavors. The salt draws out moisture, concentrating flavors, and creating a less hospitable environment for bacteria. But salt isn't just about brute force preservation, it's also a flavor enhancer in its own right. The right amount of salt can bring out the natural sweetness of vegetables, tame bitterness, and add a savory depth to meats. So next time you reach for the salt shaker, remember that you're not just seasoning your food, you're tapping into a culinary tradition that spans millennia. Get ready to fire up your senses as we explore the world of smoking, a technique that not only infuses food with incredible flavor, but also extends its shelf life. Smoking is like giving your food a slow dance in a smoky embrace, transforming it into something truly special. Now, smoking isn't just about tossing some wood chips on a grill and hoping for the best. It's a delicate dance of heat, smoke, and time, where we use smoldering wood to create an environment that both flavors and preserves. The smoke itself contains compounds that act as natural preservatives, inhibiting bacterial growth and adding a layer of protection to your food. But here's the real beauty of smoking. It's all about flavor. Different types of wood impart distinct flavors to your food. Hickory adds a robust, bacon-like flavor, perfect for ribs and pork shoulder. Applewood lends a sweet, fruity aroma, ideal for poultry and fish. Mesquite brings a bold, southwestern flair, perfect for grilling steaks and vegetables. Smoking isn't just limited to meats either. You can smoke cheeses, nuts, even vegetables to add a layer of smoky complexity to your culinary creation. Imagine smoked Gouda, hickory smoked almonds, or even smoked paprika, their flavors intensified by the magic of smoke. So, fire up your smoker, gather your wood chips, and let's explore the world of smoky flavors and preservation. Let's step into the modern age of food preservation with vacuum sealing, a technique that's like hitting the fast-forward button on traditional methods. Vacuum sealing is all about removing air, the culprit behind oxidation and spoilage, and creating an airtight environment that locks in freshness, flavor, and nutrients. Now, the heart of this operation is the vacuum sealer, a nifty gadget that sucks out air from specially designed bags and then seals them tight. It's like shrink wrapping your food, but with the added benefit of removing air, the enemy of freshness. Think about it. No air means no oxygen to fuel those pesky microorganisms that cause spoilage. It also means less freezer burn, that icy scourge that can sap the flavor and texture from your frozen foods. Vacuum sealing is like giving your food a suit of armor against the ravages of time. But the benefits of vacuum sealing don't stop there. It's a game changer for meal prep, allowing you to portion out meals in advance and keep them fresh for days or even weeks. It's also a lifesaver for storing leftovers, preventing them from drying out or absorbing unwanted flavors in the refrigerator. So if you're looking for a convenient, effective, and dare I say, satisfying way to preserve your food, look no further than vacuum sealing. It's a modern marvel that can save you time, money, and reduce food waste. Let's talk about pasteurization, a gentle but effective method of preservation that has revolutionized food safety. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pasteurization sounds kind of clinical, but trust me, this process is anything but boring. It's about finding that sweet spot where we eliminate harmful bacteria without sacrificing the flavor and quality of our food. Named after the brilliant French scientist Louis Pasteur, pasteurization involves heating food to a specific temperature for a precise amount of time, just enough to kill off those nasty pathogens that can make us sick. It's like giving our food a quick warm bath to ensure its safety without overcooking it. Now, pasteurization is most commonly associated with milk, and for good reason. This process revolutionized milk production, making it a safe and readily available source of nutrition. But pasteurization isn't just for dairy. It's also used for juices, eggs, even some alcoholic beverages like beer and wine. The beauty of pasteurization lies in its precision. By carefully controlling the temperature and time, we can eliminate harmful bacteria without significantly altering the flavor, aroma, or nutritional value of our food. It's a balancing act that ensures both safety and enjoyment. So next time you reach for a glass of milk, a carton of juice, or even a bottle of beer, remember the unsung hero of food safety: pasteurization. Let's be real, folks. Refrigeration is the unsung hero of the modern kitchen. It's the cool, calming presence that keeps our food fresh, safe, and ready to enjoy. But even this everyday appliance has its secrets, tips, and tricks to maximize its food-preserving prowess. Refrigeration works by slowing down the growth of microorganisms, those microscopic party animals that want to turn our food into a science experiment. By keeping our food at a chilly 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius, we're essentially putting those microbes into slow motion, extending the life of our perishable goodies. But here's the thing, not all parts of your refrigerator are created equal. The temperature can vary depending on where you place your food. For instance, the door is the warmest zone, so it's best for less perishable items like condiments and drinks. The upper shelves tend to be slightly warmer than the lower shelves, so keep that in mind when storing different types of food. And speaking of storage, proper wrapping is key. We want to prevent our food from drying out, absorbing unwanted flavors, or even worse, cross-contaminating. Think airtight containers, wraps that cling like a jealous lover, and designated drawers for fruits and vegetables. So embrace the power of the cold, my friends, and use your refrigerator wisely. It's a simple yet effective tool that can keep your food fresh, safe, and ready to enjoy. Prepare to satisfy your sweet tooth as we explore the world of sugar preservation, a technique that's as delicious as it is effective. Sugar, that sweet temptress, isn't just for satisfying our cravings. It's also a powerful preservative that has been used for centuries to extend the life of fruits and other treats. Now, sugar's preservative power lies in its ability to bind to water molecules, making it unavailable for those pesky microorganisms that cause spoilage. Think of it like sugar building a fortress around your food, protecting it from the microbial invaders. The most classic example of sugar preservation is, of course, jam. By cooking fruit with sugar, we create a concentrated, shelf-stable treat that captures the essence of summer in every spoonful. But sugar isn't just limited to sweet applications, it also plays a crucial role in preserving savory condiments like chutneys and relishes. Think about it. Those glistening jars of strawberry preserves, the tangy sweetness of cranberry sauce, even the rich, complex flavors of fruitcake all owe their longevity to the magic of sugar. So, embrace the power of sugar, my friends, and explore the world of sweet and savory preservation. It's a delicious way to extend the life of your favorite fruits and create treats that will tantalize your taste buds. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more informative content. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the ancient techniques of salting and drying to the modern marvels of vacuum sealing and refrigeration. Remember, food preservation isn't just about extending the shelf life of your ingredients. It's about embracing a culinary adventure, reducing food waste, and savoring the flavors of every season. So, roll up your sleeves, experiment with different methods, and discover the joy of preserving food. Let us know in the comments which preservation method you use the most. We'd love to hear your tips, tricks, and culinary triumphs. Until next time, happy preserving.